Hey, believe it or not, feeling it. Day like today. Yeah, I'm one of, hundreds of thousands. Literally, 1/3 of Canadians is affected by seasonal affective disorder. Yeah, they feel sad. That's what it stands for. Welcome to Sam Outside. I'm Sam and I'm outside because it's part of my medicine. It's part of my therapy. Yeah. So, more so in winter. I was very intentional, very careful with my wording in that 1/3 of Canadians at this time of year is affected by seasonal affective disorder. Not suffering from it, but they're affected by it. We notice it, right? We get a couple cloudy days in a row and I miss the sun, right? And then when we do have a sunny day, I mean, it can still be cold out, but let's go get some sun. Yeah. We're hardwired for it. We need it. And I mean, it's more than just how we feel. We are physically in need of outdoor time. We need time served outdoors. And it doesn't matter what you're doing, we actually just biologically need it. All right. So it starts, in the fall. It gets a little worse as we get into deep winter because it affects our circadian rhythms. It's our internal clock, right? We associate darkness and daylight with, daytime, which, in this part of the world is, it's time to be productive, time to get up and go. It's our, I need more sleep. And when we get up and go to work and it's still dark out and we work all day in an office and then get into our cars, come home, it's dark out. Where did the day go, right? It just messes with our internal clock and affects us. And so we feel like we're missing out on something, and that's a big part of it. It's the FOMO. Like, where did my day go? I don't have any day. So we're a little stressed by that. We miss it. We need it. But beyond that, our serotonin levels. I did a video a little while ago about those happy chemicals, and serotonin is one of them. Our body doesn't produce it unless we have time outdoors, unless we have daylight. That's what it is. So it's just something that our bodies need, and when we don't get it, we are different people. All right. And for those people who do suffer when they're sad, right? Seasonal affective disorder. Things can spiral downward pretty quickly. So there are some things we can do, but melatonin levels. All right. Our skin needs sunlight. It's part of the conversion process of essential vitamin D. I mean, you can take a multivitamin all the live long day, but if your body's not prepped for it, you just paid for expensive pee. So we need sunlight. So that chemical reaction actually happens right here in our eyeballs. We need direct sunlight, a couple minutes of it, maybe 10. So that there's a chemical conversion that makes the vitamin D that's stored in our blood, it gets transformed into, absorbed. It gets useful. Our body can actually now absorb and do something with that vitamin D. And it's the melatonin. It's the vitamin D that helps our skin. So we just feel better for it. Right? It's part of the chemical processes. So it affects our sleep, right? People who do actually suffer from seasonal affective disorder, believe it or not, they kind of go a little bit more heavy on the carbs. They enter some depressive states because, again, it's all those things that come with spending more time in cold weather, less than ideal conditions, shorter daylight hours to be productive and outside. Our social circle gets small. Gets more small. In fact, some people just, whether they're, stuck indoors, there's so many different factors, but sleep more, don't have as much get up and go. All right. So they're less motivated, less creative. They don't have the same coping skills, right? The same social skills. And that's where this downward spiral leads. the depression gets pretty heavy, right? And we don't really talk about it as much, and that's where, you know, maybe the intentional language around affected rather than suffer from. People are also affected by S.A.D, which is summer onset seasonal affective disorder, and it can go the other direction. People, their behavior changes, and it can actually get, you know, come summertime, they can actually get, their brains are a little more active. And for people who do suffer a little bit of bipolarism, maybe some ADHD, some impulse, all right, self-regulation, that summer onset seasonal affective disorder, again, leads back to that FOMO, all right? If it's daylight, I got to be active. You know, I don't want to miss out. And then, believe it or not, they become insomniacs. And again, but with the inability to focus, stresses their own body, because then you also get a lot of the remuneration, all right? Inner talk, self-talk, it's not always great. And the social interactions become a little more stressful. So we've got WOSAD and SOSAD. So winter onset, more depressive state, and the summer onset, all right, SOSAD. But at this time of year, 1 in 3 of us are affected by it. So what do you do? Well, you need to talk to somebody, right? I'm not a therapist. For me, nature is the therapist. I just understand myself pretty well. I understand human brain, human heart, human body. So, being a certified forest therapy guide, I know the benefits of nature. So even when it is dark and gloomy, I get outside, and not the way I'm outside right now with you, all right? Or with Indiana. I need time to let nature speak. I'm not really mindful right now, am I? My mind's on you. My mind's on that guy. So, but I do practice what I preach. And so that would be my my ecotherapy. Now there's phototherapy. That's right. If you're missing those ultraviolet rays, if you're missing some sunlight, you can purchase such a thing and add it to your home. Might even help with some of your houseplants. Yeah, you need some light therapy. All right. So psychotherapy, talk therapy, like talk to an actual therapist, work through your recognition and triggers and coping, and you know, other things that might be underliers. And then there's some phototherapy, the light therapy, get some lights. Ecotherapy, go outside, all right, because it's good for you. And there's medications, right? Sleep is a huge factor. It's we need it, but we also need good sleep. It's not just the hours, right? It's the quality, right? And then there's little things you can do around your diet, obviously. Intermittent fasting, you know, that helps. But it's small steps. Got to take small steps. So it's a real thing. And at this time of year, people are suffering. So if you notice a mood change in somebody, it's actually a thing. It might be because the sun's been gone for a while, or they need more of it. Spend some time outside, get some sunlight, they need ultraviolet light. It's a factor, but it's there all year. It rears its sad head in different ways. Be kind. Look after yourself so that you can help look after others. I appreciate your time. Thanks for watching. Talk to you soon. Bye.